Gear up, because this is the Fuel Your Marketing podcast, designed to accelerate sales and grow your business. Let's welcome your host, Arti Sharma.
Hello and welcome to yet another episode of Fuel Your Marketing podcast. I'm your host, Arti Sharma, and today we're going to change things up a little bit. So the next few episodes, you'll see a series of manufacturing podcasts. And these podcasts are geared towards manufacturing companies, leaders in those organizations, and marketers. But rest assured, these are all podcasts related to inbound marketing. So if you're listening in and you're not a manufacturing company, you'll still get a whole lot out of it. So stick around. Once again, thank you for joining. So this first episode is going to give you an overview of where is modern marketing headed for manufacturing organizations and why most manufacturing, industrial manufacturing, and OEMs are a little bit late in adoption, but now is the time to embrace modern day strategies. So historically, most of the sales and revenue that gets generated in manufacturing companies is through the sales teams. And marketing exists to support those sales teams, be it through trade show collateral, sales sheets production, or some sort of other marketing collateral that, like presentations and proposals that the sales teams can utilize. Having said that, in this last decade, the past few years, manufacturing companies have invested in modernizing their marketing and, have seen measurable, quantifiable results. In this podcast, I'll unpack the many facets of a manufacturing digital marketing program. So stay up. First, let's clear up one thing. The state of digital TV has changed. And why I bring up digital TV is because digital marketing and inbound marketing is sometimes used interchangeably. Now, digital TV has changed, which includes things like digital billboards, OTT platforms, social media. In a typical TV audience, that is not the market for B2B manufacturing or industrial marketing, so we're not going to be addressing that. Now, manufacturing internet marketing refers specifically to activities related to the internet and the web, which would include social medias, but again, digital billboards is also changing. Digital advertising, digital display ads, all encompass the internet marketing space. For our purpose, we'll consider digital marketing and internet marketing in the context of manufacturing to be the same. Sounds fair? Okay. So why should manufacturers use digital marketing? I mean, as I mentioned, traditional sales and marketing tactics are still an important piece of the puzzle, like trade shows are important, word of mouth, referrals, networking could be really a game changer for those who have a great sales team and they have the resources to put together. But the growing segment is online. And why I say that is because a few years ago, millennials were entering the workforce, and now those millennials are in leadership positions, managerial positions, and their roles are shifting. And as these young engineers and technical buyers grow into these positions of greater influence and more responsibility is being given to them, these manufacturing customers are definitely looking for information online. And most of them prefer to find a website or answer any of their technical questions online rather than picking up a phone or making a phone call. And what really happens is that this shift is forcing more and more manufacturing companies to look at their digital presence, because all these millennials are, as many of you who have millennials at home would know, that they don't usually take the phones or make a phone call to a vendor rep unless they have established that trust, unless they have seen your product, unless they've seen your website and they understand that what you can offer is very much what they're looking for. Now, this isn't a bad thing. They'll still be interested in talking with you, as I said, but only once they have established that trust or the know-how of your products. So, as you know, in the past, engineers would be given the data books and sales reps would drop those data books in the offices and they're printed and, big volumes and bounded books. But today's modern engineers want to find data sheets. They want to find specifications, features, and all of their product information online. Whether they're working from a home office or a company office, everybody has access to the internet, and modern phones have made it much, much easier. So what is it as a manufacturing company? What is it that you should be doing today? Now, when your prospective customers are searching the internet for vendors with answers, information, solutions, you have to just show up with those relevant answers, information, and solutions, right? And especially now when a typical industrial manufacturing buying cycle and the sales cycle is so long, and when multiple people are involved in the buying process, there's a full-blown buying committee. And the person who's doing this initial research or who'll be specifying your product or services, they are rarely the person signing the contract or writing the check. So at any given stage, several people could be involved in making that decision and they could be looking for different types of information to make that informed decision. And you want to make sure that when they're choosing your solution or specifying your products and services, it would be a great career move for them because they need to feel confident in making that decision. So giving them more information, showing them for regular, relevant information would be key for your success and their success. Now, initial research is often conducted by an engineer or a technical person who's typically trying to solve a problem or fix something that isn't working or it's not, the right solution. They want to innovate, they want to improve in some way while they're developing a new product or a product line, or they want to bring in more optimization to their overall processes. So they identify the need, they begin searching and researching different solutions, and they're being commissioned to collect more information, and they're not picking up the phone. They're actually going to the web browser because, one, they're millennials, and second, in most cases, and second, they need more that information to present to the buying committee. And they might begin their search based on either the problem they're experiencing or what they already know about potential solutions. So you want to make sure that your web presence dictates and helps them find those answers. So after identifying the need and conducting that online research, some of these engineers will likely narrow down the options to a shortlist or single recommendation. And just as you know, an engineer can be really influential in getting a new vendor onto an approved vendor list if they offer a solution that looks like a better fit than others. So what are the different types of digital or internet marketing and inbound marketing strategies that you could really apply? Before we get in, let's talk a little bit about marketing in general, which is basically two big buckets, inbound and outbound. Outbound marketing is generally focused on, pushing your marketing message out to those who might be a good match for your target customer profile, but you don't know, right? So sometimes the cold email campaigns form a part of the outbound outreach campaign, a radio, TV broadcast, direct mail, telemarketing, outdoor advertising, billboards. But on the digital side of the outreach and outbound marketing is the digital display ad campaigns, account-based marketing, events and sponsorships are also part of an outbound program or any kind of other awareness campaigns and activities. Whereas inbound marketing is generally focused on showing up for people who are searching for what you offer. And inbound tactics could be video content, search engine optimization, your website content and articles or research or your specifications that are PDFs online on your website, search and paid advertising, email nurture campaigns, your social media presence.
This podcast is being brought to you by Measure Marketing, an inbound marketing agency and a HubSpot partner. To book a free consultation, visit measuremarketing.com.
Most of the outbound tactics that we're talking about here may not resonate with the digital strategies, but there definitely are some who could really, really gel well with inbound quite a bit and actually support the inbound marketing approaches better. For example, account-based marketing is one such example, or display advertising is another example on the internet. Video advertising could be the other way of, supporting the inbound tactics. Now, every tactic in the inbound marketing list also can be applied to manufacturing companies, but I would say it's tough to justify most of the outbound ones that I just listed. So I would say ABM and display advertising should definitely be part of your outbound approach in tandem with your inbound marketing approaches. Now, outbound marketing usually tends to focus on a high value prospect. And as I said, in the form of an ABM campaign, and it could be a good tactic. Now, where do you differentiate which tactic is right for you as a manufacturing company? Inbound marketing can do the heavy lifting when it comes to digital marketing, internet marketing for the B2B industry, while inbound marketing, you can also create content for your website that's very uniquely tailored to your ideal customer profile or your avatar. You could possibly talk about what are the needs of your potential audience, their challenges, their pain points, drawing them into your website while they're also searching for a solution. So you are the ones who are giving them more information. You're educating them in that process while they're looking for that solution. So you could be an early stage brand that comes in, or you could be later in the buying cycle that could come in when they're ready to connect with a vendor. So engaging them throughout that process would be ideal, and that's why we call it a buyer's journey. You need to understand, first and foremost, who is your ideal customer, what is their pain point, what are the solutions that they could be looking for, what is keeping them up at night, how your marketing could handle and be involved in that entire buying process or their journey to create that experience for them and make a memorable brand impression. So when they're ready to buy, they think of you. Okay, so I just said outbound activities can be a good complement for inbound. Sponsorships, prominent trade show booths that you've kind of paid heavy amounts for. How about doing some sort of an awareness generating activities even before getting to that booth? It could be an email marketing campaign when you know who's attending the trade show, or even geofenced ads to, if it's available in the region where the trade show is being conducted, to make sure that people who have visibility and access to the internet, they're seeing your ads. So when they're seeking a solution and your website comes up or your ads comes up while they are at that show, they kind of psychologically think that I've heard of them before, and that recognition could make them more likely to engage with your brand or visit your booth. So for the sake of the next piece of this podcast, I want to focus a little bit more about on the inbound marketing. How does that work for manufacturing companies? Today's industrial manufacturing and B2B buyers make majority of their purchase decision even before they've spoken to your sales team or your sales rep. And inbound marketing is becoming more prominent and is all about making sure that your website's doing the job of a sales rep and showing and kind of guiding them and steering those visitors into taking a relevant action. And of course, the first step would be for that to happen is that your website is showing up for your target audience when they search, and then the engagement will happen. But at the end of the day, if you're not investing in internet marketing or digital marketing techniques, then you would not even be able to show up when that prospective search is being happening. So how could you take some of your outbound marketing, which is probably more traditional and has not worked for you in the past, and route those funds towards inbound marketing, because it is very hyper-focused on capturing the attention of your prospective buyers who are looking for solutions. And again, build high-quality educational content that establishes that trust, and also trust in your capabilities, your expertise. So you're not meeting them for a hard sell. You're allowing them to browse through your educational content, specifications, case studies, features, company information that you have on your website, maybe some used cases at their own pace, so that they can easily access whether there's a good fit between their needs and your offerings. So definitely investing in identifying what is the avatar of your ideal customer profile. How do you take that ideal customer profile and build educational, relevant, engaging content, and then keep your prospects on the website and then help them, kind of guide them through that buyer's journey to take the next relevant action. So that's most about a modern marketing technique, I would say. In the next few episodes, I'm going to get more deeper into very specific each technique that is encompassed into the inbound marketing, which I just mentioned to you about inbound marketing, which could be video marketing, account-based marketing. How do you build or rebrand your website? How do you build content? How do you invest in paid advertising? And what kind of SEO strategy should look like? So watch out for the next 6 or 7 episodes around that. But before I leave you, I want to leave you with one burning question that I always get asked. How much should manufacturers spend on digital marketing? Which is a great question, right? And there is no one-size-fits-all answer here, but the program with a lot of paid ads will of course cost more due to the ad spend and more you can do in-house, the lower the cost. Having said that, digital and inbound marketing is becoming more specialized roles because it's changing so fast. So sometimes it's really expensive to build a specialist team of internet marketing professionals in-house. But again, the top-line revenue, what is the top-line revenue that you want to dictate? You should be spending accordingly. And your entire marketing budget is not just digital marketing. So obviously, it'll vary based on how many, concurrent tactics and strategies are in play. How are you allocating your resources to outbound, inbound? Do you have a team in-house or not? But overall, if you are considering really a growth and a scale-up strategy, you should be looking at about anywhere between 15 to 20% on your marketing. And then overall, if you don't have sales resources and you want to budget for sales as well, then 35% of your top line revenue, including your sales team, should be considered as a budget for the coming year or for the, whenever you want to reset. So again, thank you once again for joining, and I look forward to speaking to you at the next episode where we will unpack how do you design a relevant website that converts at a high pace.
Thank you for listening to the Fuel Your Marketing podcast. For more episodes, visit www.fuelyourmarketing.com.